guys, what is up? Welcome back to my channel. Today I have Veronica and hi. We're gonna do a mukbang together. I'm so excited to have you because I wanted to film with you before COVID already. I think we talked about this. I remember sending you a message and being like, okay, I need to have this girl. We're with the same agency. We actually filmed a video before this and I couldn't figure out how we met, but we came down and figured out.
I feel like we met on a job, but she says that it's a casting, so I'm not sure.
I can't remember, but I think you're right about the job.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I know you. I see you all the time, and you have a great story as well. So yeah, let's talk about the food first.
Yes. So we went to Magnolia Bakery.
Yeah.
So we're getting like a treat today. We got the banana pudding, and then we got this cake that has a lot of things. It has like,
it looks so good.
It has like pineapple, carrots, banana.
Does it have like walnuts?
Oh yes,
it has like some
walnuts.
sort of walnuts in there. So
it looks very yummy. And then we got our coffees. So what should we try first, the cake or the pudding?
I don't know. Okay.
Oh wow.
Wow. Maybe we should try the cake because I've had the pudding before. Have you had the pudding before?
Yeah. I have tried both. They're really good.
It's like I had this.
Yes.
Okay, let's do the cake.
Let me know what you think.
I mean, this kind of looks like carrot cake, so I already feel like I'm going to love it. I'm making a mess by picking it up. Okay, ready? Oh. I broke myself. Wow.
It's good, right?
Oh my gosh. I want to know like how you got started as a model, how you got into it.
Yeah, I started young too. I started when I was 14. I started taking some classes. My mom put me in those. I think it's because my mom always wanted to be like a model, but her circumstances, her life, she couldn't, like my grandparents couldn't afford that for my mom. So I feel like she stayed with that, and then she was like, you want to go to modeling classes? And then I started liking it, and I signed with my first agency in Puerto Rico. That's where I'm from. And from then, because in Puerto Rico they take it as a hobby, I mean they don't pay for it, so that's why I say it's a hobby, because you cannot make a career and living by modeling in Puerto Rico. So I was like, I want to take this seriously and I want this to be my career, so I need to go to New York. So I went to the internet when I was like 16 or 17, and I did my whole research. I started looking for all the modeling agencies, the top ones, and I told to my mom I want to go to New York. And I just advanced my 4th year of high school and came when I was 17 with my mom.
Wow.
Yeah. And I had my little list of all the agencies, the open calls, and we were just taking the subways and running around to the open call here and there, and it was crazy. I went to so many, and one little agency, like a small agency, signed me. It was called Basic. It's not anymore.
It's not an agency anymore?
No.
Wow.
It was called Basic, and I stayed with them for like 2 years. That was like the contract, and then I moved to Major, and then Wilhelmina.
Oh yeah, that's how you moved with Chris. Yeah, Major. Yeah, we talked about this.
Yeah.
I feel like what's interesting about you and why I wanted to have you for a mukbang so much is because your story and your experience is like so many other aspiring models. Like they're living in a place where there's either no market for modeling or, you know, they're coming from a background where there's really no opportunity, and it's so hard to like end up in a city like New York, have a career, and actually make that happen.
It's like a dream come true. It takes so much work. It takes many years. It takes a lot of work. It was not like that.
Yeah. So what would you say was like your first, what was your first year in New York like?
Thankfully, when I came and moved to New York, I had like this, she's an ex of my uncle.
Okay.
So she had a house in the Bronx, and I stayed there with my mom for 8 months until we could get an apartment for ourselves.
Wow.
Thankfully we had her and we stayed with her, and my first year was modeling here and there, and also I started college at Hunter. I studied nutrition. a few years. So it was a life of modeling and student, but at the same time, my main goal was
Modeling.
modeling. Yeah.
It's different for everyone, but I even look back at the first year that I was here, and work is so hard to come by when you're first in New York because clients need to get to know you. Sometimes when you're so young, you're still growing into yourself, so there maybe isn't as much work. So it's nice to have something else going on.
Also, like building your portfolio.
Yeah.
Because I came from Puerto Rico, so the images from Puerto Rico is so different, like very tropical,
Yeah.
a lot of makeup.
Swim, like, I can only
It's like,
imagine.
yeah. Oh my god.
Did I tell you I used to live on an island?
You?
Yeah.
When?
You know Aruba?
You lived there?
Yeah, for a year.
How come?
For my dad's work.
Oh.
Yeah. So
Wait.
I lived there for a year.
Did you move around? Like, you live in different places?
I mean,
Okay, or no?
we moved through Canada, and then we had 1 year where we were there.
Okay.
But it made me think of like the kind of modeling they do there too, and like
yeah.
all the local ads
So
they
it's
do.
like that.
It's the exact same. It's cute and it works, but
It is
it's
like
not
that.
New York at all.
No, so it took me a lot of years to build a strong portfolio.
And it's expensive.
It is.
So
yeah. For me, it took years.
it costs
Because
so much
also,
money.
like, in Puerto Rico, when I started modeling, I was really good at runway. So I did in Puerto Rico a lot of runway. I was really good at that. But my pictures, my portfolio wasn't that strong. I don't know, it's because back then I wasn't that photogenic, or I didn't
I will
know.
blame it on the other elements.
Or
And not
I didn't
your
know
face.
still my good size. I don't know what was it. I think it was, I don't know. But I think I was stronger in my runway, but then when I came in New York, I'm not that tall for runway.
Yeah.
I'm not tall for runway, so I don't do runway anymore.
It's funny how you can be the top of one category in one market, and then when you are brought to another market, you can be, brought into something completely different.
Yeah.
Because you and I are both not like runway height,
Mm-mm.
but if we go to a place where the average height is a lot shorter, then yes, everybody thinks we're super tall.
And
So
also, I was like too curvy for runway 2 here, so it's like
same.
It's different. So I needed to get stronger at building my portfolio on print, because that's my career, like print, doing commercials, campaigns, beauty campaigns. I do a lot of beauty campaigns. You too. So
something that I really wanted to hear from you about is you are actually going for Miss Universe.
yes. Yeah.
Tell me about your experience.
Oh my gosh.
I'm so excited about this.
This was about 2 years ago that I competed in Miss Universe Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
So I competed in Puerto Rico to become Miss Puerto Rico and then go to the Miss Universe. So I did that 2 years ago, and it was a great experience. It was a little bit weird because the thing is that usually the girls that go to the pageant is because they want a career in modeling. And for me, I already had that. I'm already signed here. I'm already a full-time model. Like, I have my career here. So it's different. So I'm going from my career to go and do a pageant. But I did it because in Puerto Rico, and I think in Latin places, pageants, Miss Universe is really important. It's something that we watch like football. It's like we get really we're fans of Miss Universe.
Yeah.
So it's something that we watch since we were little girls. And it's like
a culture thing.
Yeah, it's a dream to be Miss Universe. So I always stay with that, even though my dream was more modeling. But I always stay with that little I had like that little spark in me that said like, oh, I just want to do it.
I feel like you're the perfect person for this too. Like, you're so gentle, but also very like strong, and you know yourself.
Yeah.
And you obviously have built a lot for yourself. You have a career. You made it all the way here. Like, you have experience. And when I saw you doing that, I was like, wow, I could not think of a more perfect person to go and do this.
Thank you.
Yeah. How long did you have to take off for that?
So that was another thing, because it was also like a big risk for me to go to Puerto Rico, because I had to stay like for 5 months to compete in the pageant. So that means there's gonna be 5 months
of no working here.
of not working, not making money.
Yeah.
so it was a big risk because I'm still paying my apartment here in New York. So it's a lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot of money you're wasting, and also like in pageants you waste a lot of money.
Clothes, makeup, hair.
Makeup, trainers, everything.
Wow.
Even like to compete, you have to pay like a fee. I mean, they don't do this like in every country, but in Puerto Rico you have to pay a fee to be in the competition, so it's not free.
Yeah.
And there's some workshops that you have to do every week, and also you pay that with the fee. So
Crazy.
but it's a good thing because you're getting, it's not free because we're paying it. We're getting workshops and we're learning about some things, you know, about
you get like camera training and things like this?
yeah, we get camera training, runway, how to speak, how to, you know, do interviews, how to do makeup, how to do hair, everything. Yeah,
it's kind of a life
they prepare us. Yeah, it's a lot.
I feel like
I think pageants are very intense.
Yeah, I personally, I don't think that I could ever do well in the pageant world, just because like I prefer to just like be myself and do my own thing. But there is a part of it that is cool in the sense of learning etiquette and you know, learning basic things. Like I think for modeling, and I'm not really supportive of like modeling schools or classes or anything, because I think a lot of the times it can be like a scam, but
yes,
it would be so cool if agencies did like basic little workshops in the beginning for girls when it comes to like
just to like know the basics, right?
People skills, talking to clients, how to best present yourself in person, like not necessarily the basic things you think about when you think of modeling classes, but actual life skills. It can be so useful.
Yeah, I know what you say, because some models that start a career, like they don't know how to present themselves to the clients, or how to like sell themselves and show their, you know, what they bring to the table as a model. And I feel like that takes years to build, you know, it has taken years to build, like to know.
For me too.
We already know at this time, because we've been here for years, what to wear to a casting, how to behave in a casting, you know, how to talk to the client, like all those skills. Like now we know a little bit more than we used to in the beginning.
What's one of the most important things that you've learned, like as a model, would you say? God, I keep breaking this cake, guys.
I feel in modeling, I think it has helped me to learn, and it took me years, is that I don't take anything personal now. And before I was like, why they didn't choose me for this job? Why? Like, should I have like do my hair differently? Was it my makeup, the way I dress? And it's none of that. It's none of that. It's more about what they're looking for.
Yeah.
So now, like, before I did, but now like I don't take anything personal. I just do the casting, and I do the best I can do because of my experience, and I know if I'm right for that job, they're gonna choose me.
100%.
If they don't choose me, it's because maybe they want a blonde with blue eyes. Yeah, because we're so different. So maybe they're looking more a Daphne, and you know, so you cannot take it personal, because they're not looking for the type that
100%.
you present, so you cannot change that. So
I think that's one of the most valuable things to know when you're getting into the industry, is you cannot compare yourself to anyone, even the girls that do look like you, because it's like at the end of the day you bring something different to the table than anyone else, and you will take years to like perfect this, because through COVID, like some insecurities came back for me, and I'm sure maybe for you the same thing. It's like,
for sure,
for months you're not working, and then all of a sudden you see this girl working like every single day of the week.
I feel like with COVID, I don't see more like comparing to the other person. It's more about, you know, why she's why she's working, and then if you're not working, then that's why you compare it.
Yeah, it's not about looks, but it's more about like how many days they're working. So yeah, for me it was like,
it's more about that.
Why are they working so much and why am I not? But if you look the way you look and I look the way I look, then it doesn't really matter, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're gonna pick you because they want you.
So I feel like, with modeling, the biggest thing I have learned is to not take anything personal, and I just don't do. When I have a casting, I don't even put pressure in it. I just dress my best, because I already know how to dress to a casting. I know which makeup looks great on me, the natural makeup to go to the casting, so I know I'm prepared for that. And if they choose me, it's because
it was
for me. If they didn't choose me, I even forget when I do castings. Now I forget about the casting I did like yesterday, or because it's like that. I don't give it too much importance than back then. Back then I will say, oh, they didn't choose me. The casting I did like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
So now it's like I even forget about the castings.
It's good. Yeah. You know what's interesting, and I haven't really talked about this before, but the more you care, the more you actually don't get it because you stress so much. You know, like when you, it's not that you shouldn't care, because yes, you should always want to look your best, always want to present yourself as your best, but the less pressure and stress you put on the casting or the job or on yourself, the more it comes to you. Actually, anything that you like chase or put pressure on, it goes away.
That's true.
And I think for me, like, it's the same as you said, like once I let it go and I was like, I have no control over any of this. All I have control over is how I show up.
Yeah, and how you
The
present
stress goes
yourself,
away.
and that's it. Yeah, it's more. I think it's more about like, it's not that we don't care anymore. It's more about the confidence of who we are as a model right now. So we just go with that confidence, and that's it.
Yeah, we know that we can work. We know that we can.
We already have booked like big with big campaigns, big jobs, big clients. So we already know how to get that. So it's more about the confidence and the experience for sure.
So what would you say to a new girl who doesn't have that experience? What's like a tip you would have for them to build the confidence?
It's more about working on yourself and being the best version of yourself.
Yeah.
Like, get to see what hairstyle looks best on you, what natural look looks good on you, the makeup, what color of the top looks best on you, if it's black or is it white. I already know white for me. I always go white because of my skin color.
White, you're like.
So I already know
crazy.
like those things that you need to know, but it's more about being yourself and being your best version, and just don't compare yourself to others.
Yeah.
And then experience is what's gonna get you there. So just keep going.
Yeah.
Keep
Don't
working,
give up. Keep working. One more thing I would say is, like, if you don't have modeling experience, just because you don't have that, it doesn't mean you don't have life experience, right? So find things that you as a person have to offer that make you special or desirable for clients. So, you know, if it's your personality, then that's something that should give you confidence, you know? If it's the way that you're able to talk to people, or the way that you're able to win people over, like, those are all things that you can use regardless of whether you have experience or not.
Yeah, it's more about getting to know yourself and what is it that you bring in the table. Is it your personality, which is mostly that, because with looks, like, someone can have your look, but it's what you bring, like your energy, your personality, your work ethic, your professionalism, if you're always on time, like all of those things has to be important for that.
I always think it's like your looks is what gets you the job, but it's your character and your personality and the way you are as a person that keeps you getting booked. So
yes,
it has a lot of value. So just consider that.
It's so
it's not
good,
just
like,
about what you look like.
It's so good when you have like regular clients that they keep calling you and you've been working with them for years. And
it's not just because of what you look like.
No.
It's because they can count on you to be you know, not only good at your job, but also fun to be around and on time, like you said. Yeah.
Just being professional. Pageants are more intense, and what I mean, because you told me you want to be more like yourself. It's more about that.
Yeah.
So with pageants, I feel like, I'm not saying that every girl that competes in a pageant, they're not themselves, but I feel like there's a lot of pressure in the way you look. Because when I was competing in the Miss Universe Puerto Rico, it was a great experience. But the difference of modeling to a pageant is
worlds.
Yes.
Yeah.
In a pageant, you always have to look great. You always have to wear heels, even if you go to a store, because you're competing. So if someone sees you like in a grocery shopping, like in a grocery store, if they see you with sneakers or like no makeup, they will take a picture of you and just post it. And because it's so big in Puerto Rico, like everyone will be talking to you, sharing, they will be reposting your picture. Pageants can be a little bit superficial because it's more, you always have to present yourself like always very well dressed, always in heels, a lot of makeup, always the hair done. So it's not like, I feel like it's a lot.
I find pageants is about like perfectionism.
Yes.
Would you say?
Yeah.
It's about perfectionism rather than like real authenticity sometimes. Of course, each girl is authentic.
But I feel like the years have passed and now Miss Universe has gotten better with that. Like now I feel like the girls, they're looking for girls that bring more value when it comes to what they bring as, you know, like the careers or what they see, how they see the world more than looks. Before I think it was more about looks. Now it's a between. Like now they're seeing like
they want both.
Yes, how she speaks, what she's working on the side, like what she brings to the world. So, but still is a lot of image going on for sure.
But I think our world is in that same space where, you know, on a day-to-day, yes, it's so important about like who you are and what you bring to the table. But even as a whole, like on social media, I think people are getting tired of like the perfect images and the overdone looks and makeup and editing and all of that, and they really just want to follow people who, okay, you have a nice Instagram and yes, you post fun photos and everything is aesthetic, but you also like, who are you, you know? I want to get to know you a little bit more, like what's behind the photo. So I like that.
I mean, I feel like with modeling and social media it's the same thing. Like you see a lot of photoshopping and you see that it's a lot, like you don't see that it's like very true to themselves. But with pageants I feel it's a little bit more like you always have to be well put together. Like we cannot be like this if we are like right now, if we're competing in a pageant, like we cannot be like this.
Oh no, we have a full blazer suit with you know a sash and like makeup,
the whole hair done, everything with heels. You always have to wear heels, always. So right now, we cannot be in a pageant like this dress. No.
I can't even go to Trader Joe's. Like, you guys don't want to know what I wear to Trader Joe's. Pageant life is not for me, but I have a lot of respect for it.
But if they call us right now to a casting, we can do it.
Of course. I went to a casting before this.
Exactly. So that's the difference between pageant and modeling. And I don't know, pageant is another world, so there's a lot. But for me, it was more about representing my country. And
I feel like you already do though, and I like in a weird way, not even weird, but like in a beautiful way, I think you already did that just through in your life by doing what you've done. You know what I'm saying? Like the way I view you, the way you're able to just be so dedicated to what you wanted, research it at a young age all by yourself, come here, live in the Bronx for all this time. Like you are already a success story for Puerto Rico, in my opinion.
Thank you.
No, that's just like in my mind it kind of makes sense because you already.
The thing is that in Puerto Rico, you know, pageant girls are more big. They're more known for.
That's true. That's true. Okay, so I did a little question box on my Instagram. Are there any realizations you had once you moved to New York City, positive or negative? She's like, yes. Do I share this?
Exactly. Because we were talking before about something, but I don't want to get there. Something positive is that New York is like very always high energy. So, and it's always like that. It doesn't go away. It's like, it's crazy to live here.
It's both positive and negative.
Yeah. It's positive because it keeps us motivated to always keep working. And like continue to reach for more goals. So it's like, that's a good thing. But on the downside is like sometimes it can feel like overwhelming, like it can be a little too much and you need to balance it, or like take a vacation or something to balance the whole energy of New York.
If you like being productive and you have a lot of things going on and you are driven as an individual, it's the perfect environment because you're always going to be stimulated and just like wanting to do stuff because everyone else is doing stuff.
That's why I love New York.
Me too.
Compared to LA, LA is so beautiful.
LA is great in its own ways, but life is slower.
That's what I'm saying.
So I also would say, like, it's less intimidating than you think. Like, the people are less intimidating.
In New York?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because when you see New York and you haven't lived here, like, you're an outsider, you think, I guess you just think about it like the movies, right? And everything is so hyped up and you think all these people are just crazy mean and whatever. But even with modeling, like, it's much less intimidating than you think. And people are a lot more real. So yeah, that's one of my personal realizations.
That's what I like about New York.
Yeah.
It's like, for me, it's very real, New York.
Yeah.
And just everyone is in their own thing. It's like everyone is in their own world. Like, you can go out in PJs and nobody cares.
Nobody cares. There's very little judgment, I think.
Yeah, like,
yeah, it's nice.
It's really nice.
And you also, like, I find you're also less, I don't know, you are who you surround yourself with, right? So if you're surrounded by people who are very focused and driven and doing their own thing, you become that way as well. And yeah, it's just a lot of, like, more growth talk. Like, talk about work, talk about business, talk about anything other than talking about other people.
Yes.
Which I personally find very important.
That's another thing. Like, here, like, with friends and stuff, like, even with co-workers, like, we talk about everything. We talk about finance, we talk about careers, we talk a lot about everything.
Yeah.
And, like, in other places, I feel like the
It's gossip
topics
talk.
is more like, yeah, it's more gossip, but I don't know if they think it's bad to talk about finance with somebody else, like a taboo for people in other countries,
It
right?
could just be because it's become, like, normal. If no one is starting that conversation,
yeah,
then maybe those people aren't going to start it either, you know? What kind of pictures should you post on social media and how to grow on Instagram? Should I go first?
You should go first because she's better at that than me.
No, I don't know. I feel like I started trying for sure. In order to grow your Instagram, you should post often. You don't have to post every day, but I would say you want to be posting like 5 days out of the week. I don't know. I'm not an expert at all. But like, yeah, you want to post consistently.
Yeah, it's like any social media. Like, if you're consistent, the better.
Yeah, good quality pictures. I was also going to say, I think, like, nowadays, showing yourself and what makes you different is very important. Like, you don't have to do what's already out there. Like, you can post, I love posting, like, photo dumps where I post, like, random pictures from my week or something, you know, and they're not perfect, but it is fun for people to see, you know, what else you're doing other than taking beautiful pictures on set, you know?
No, for sure. That's how they're gonna get to know you, like what you do to your, you know, day to day.
Yeah, personality.
Your personality, showing more who is you. Who's the girl behind that beautiful picture.
Yeah, and another thing is also always just like tagging brands, and if you can afford to, like, tagging makeup and maybe showing that, or tagging like some of your favorite outfits. Like, that's always a good thing to do, would you say? How do I keep my measurements consistent?
Just have a good lifestyle, like a healthy lifestyle. I don't put pressure on how much I weigh, or I'm not always like, I never like measure myself if I gain like an inch or something. It's more about having a healthy lifestyle, because if you want this as a career, then you need to see it as a lifestyle. This is something you always have to do. You always have to eat healthy, take care of yourself, work out, and all of those things. It's about taking care of yourself.
Yeah.
I mean, we work out a lot. I work out almost every day too. So it's about discipline and being healthy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to see it as a long-term thing. And also, this kind of goes back to like the stressing thing we were talking about earlier with castings and jobs and stuff, but you have to let go of your body as well. And you have to let go of that stress of like measuring yourself every day, weighing yourself every day. That kind of stuff is not healthy. Like, you will fluctuate, and you will hold some water after eating a big meal or something.
Yeah, I feel like the more you stress about losing weight, if that's what you want, the less weight you're gonna. I feel like when
you're gonna hold on to it. Yeah.
I feel like if you don't care anymore and you just start living your life in a healthy way and working out and taking care of yourself, then that's when you're gonna see the results over time. But if you're always stressing and looking yourself in the mirror or weighing yourself, you're not gonna see the results, because your whole body is stressed and
it holds on to the weight, actually. Yeah.
the more stressed you are, you're not gonna see the changes. Because yeah, has that happened to you,
Yeah,
like, before?
honestly,
Like,
it has. Like, I went through a period of time where I was constantly focused on losing weight because I kept putting it on, and then it was really finally when I started like not being super strict during the week and eating cheat days on the weekend, like when I had like actual balance and harmony with my food and my lifestyle. That's when all of it went away. That's when my body settled.
I feel for me is more when, because at the beginning of quarantine, I gained weight. I gained like 10 pounds. I gained 10, and I noticed it because of my clothing. I didn't fit
we're
before.
Small people, like we notice 10 pounds.
Yeah. So people don't notice it, but we do notice. And what I did is that I started being active again, because during COVID we were at home every time. We were not going out.
Yeah.
So that's why I gained weight. And because also I wasn't going to my workout classes, so I started working out from home, taking walks to the park. And then when I started working, which was in June, I started working right away when everything not everything opened up, but
sort of.
At least my client from Brooklyn opened up in June, so it was right away for me. And that's when I started noticing that when I was active again, working and, you know, more to my normal routine, then that's when I saw
it just went away.
Yeah, I bounced back.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, we're back. Had to do a battery change. But what were we talking about?
I don't know.
The less you stress, the more easy and comfortable and fun your life will be as well. That doesn't mean you have to become lax with your goals or lax with your attitude. You always should be driven and be focused and know what to do, but it's like, yeah, you just have to find like harmony, I think.
Yeah, but it's like you need to be committed to make these changes, but don't put too much pressure on it. Like, don't just be all day like worry about, oh, I need to lose weight. No, just start making the changes of being healthier, more active.
Yeah.
And then you're gonna see the changes, for sure. And I think we're done here.
I think we're done. Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you.
This was so fun.
You like this, right?
I loved it. Yeah, I loved it. I'm definitely gonna leave it here with you because otherwise I'm gonna finish everything.
We're so full.
Thank you. This was so fun.
Yeah.
And I feel like you just gave some great pointers and great advice. If you guys enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Leave us a comment. Let us know what you thought. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new, and also I'm gonna leave all your socials and YouTube in the comments so you can check her out in the description box. Not the comment section. The description box. Yeah, love you guys and see you soon.
Bye.